everyone to the War Thunder game. My name is RavenProDesign, and today video we will be talking about some review on the tier 2 aircrafts. But first things first, uh, there was some comments into my channel in Polish. Guys, please, I do try to keep the whole channel in English. Maybe in the future I will do some videos in Polish. So please, if you can, keep the comments in English so we can all understand each other. In future, when I will be releasing some Polish videos to the War Thunder game, feel free to write in Polish, write the comments in Polish. But for now, let's keep it up that we can all understand each other. Another thing, some of you are pointing to me that, well, I'm not totally right to say that this aircraft is good, this aircraft is bad. Well, those were considering my review on the nations, and I did get few messages about the Younger series, which I did say that, well, they don't. Oh, well, come on, Iron, focus. They ain't that great. Well, guys, I will never say that any aircraft is either amazingly good or amazingly bad or it's just crap. In the right hands or in the right circumstances, every aircraft is good. I am just saying my point of view on the aircraft. So don't get me wrong, all my reviews, all my videos are from my point of view. If you disagree with me, that's fine, that's totally fine. You can write your opinion, but please keep it in a good manner. Because I did get one email that was well, very unpleasant to read, to say at least, stating that I am the noob, I don't know anything about this game. Well, guys, first of all, I never claimed that I know everything about this game. I am just trying to share with you all things that I know, that I did find, or, well, I like or I dislike in this game. But remember, all reviews, all things that you will see in any videos of any player are just subjective point of view. So if they like something, they will say this machine is great. If they don't like it, they will say the machine is crap. Well, I'm trying not to do this, and as I did mention in the exception of the Younger series here, as an example, they can be very good aircrafts in the right hands or in the right circumstances. Okay, saying that, let's get back to today's video main topic. As it was pointed to me out some time ago, I did make slight mistake in my last video, saying that the burst mass is have to do something with the acceleration of the plane. Well, I was wrong, because on some forums, on some forums that I did find the information about the burst mass, the opinion were divided, and some players were going for the burst mass being the acceleration. Some of them were going after the amount of damage you can put out in a second. Well, to confirm that, I did get in touch with one of the well, let's say modern fighter pilots, one of my friend that is actually flying in Poland on Polish fighters, and he did told me that the burst mass is indeed the amount of damage that the plane can shot in the 1 second. So as you can see here, the CR-42 Falco has 1 second burst mass of 0.80 kilograms per second. So that means that the most common thing is damage per second, or the DPS. So his DPS would be 0.8 kilograms per second. That much of the weight in the in shells he can get out to the enemy aircraft in 1 second. So saying that, let's go to our competitors for today. Well, I will start from the back. We do get our tier 2, and I will be comparing tier 2. And why I'm comparing tier 2? Well, reserve and tier 1 have their own matchmaking, and they are pretty well balanced against each other. But whenever you're going into the higher tier battles, whenever you hit the tier 2 and you want to go straight away, well, you do want to know which aircraft should be best or is the best out there. In order to do that, I did make 5 categories that I will be judging each aircraft, and those aircrafts will be Ki-43-2 Hayabusa, from the British Hurricane Mark I, from the Soviet Air Force the I-16 Type 18 Ishak, from the German, well, they did set up the highest amount of planes to it, the G50 Freccia Series 2, the Henkel 112 V5, and the G50 Freccia Series 7AS. And from the American, the F2A Free Buffalo. So let me just put up a raw statistic for you in here so you can see each aircraft and each of the aircraft statistic. And you might say, okay, let's get on to but what are the categories for it? Well, there are 5 categories, with first being the burst mass, so the DPS of the aircraft. Then we get the turn time. The lower is the better. Then we get the ammunition, but I will explain the ammunition in the second. Then we get the rate of climb, repair cost, and as the bonus category, well, bonus, the additional armament present on your selected aircraft. So let's say we will be flying our Buffalo here. When you go to the armaments, you see he can carry a bomb, so he will score an additional couple of points in that category. So let's get started. We do have our competitors for being the best or the worst plane up into the tier 2 category as it is right now in the game. So let's see which aircraft is the best in the said categories. Starting off with the burst mass, so starting off with the DPS you will be able to put out there with your aircraft. The clear victory goes to Buffalo, as he being the having the most damage per second, or the burst mass being the 2.42 kilograms per second. He is the clear winner in this category. But what we have on the second place? The second place goes to Japan with the Hayabusa, being the 1.34 kilograms per second. Fifth place goes to Hurricane and his 8 machine guns with the 1.29 kilograms per second. On the fourth place we do get the I-16 Type 18 Ishak, so the Soviet Air Force come in here with 1.19 kilograms per second. Then we do get a tie between 2 of the G50 series, being at the level of 0.80 kilograms per second, and we finish off with the Henkel with the lowest amount of DPS it can provide, being at the level of 0.49 kilograms per second. Well, that was for the DPS. Let's see about the turn time. So the turn time, Well, here you might think that the Russians are still first. Well, no, not that fast. The Henkel 112 wins this category with the 15.5 seconds turn time. So in the right circumstances he can outturn the I-16, coming on the second place by the way with the 16.5 seconds turn time. On the third place we do get the Buffalo with 19.8 seconds turn time. As you can see, the difference between the winner in the category and the aircraft on the third place is pretty significant, from the 15.5 to 19.8 seconds. But then we go to the Hayabusa on the fourth place with the 21.4 seconds in turn time. Then on the next place we get the G50 Freccia Series 2 with 21.6, a slight difference, but it's always a difference. Then the Hurricane Mark 1 with 22.1 seconds, and we finish off with the Germans with the G50 Freccia Series 7 AS aircraft on the turn time of 27.3 seconds. Now, next category is the repair cost. Well, lower repair cost, better for you, more money you will earn. So this category winner is Henkel, being well, his repair cost is only 147 credits per battle, so you can stay with automatic repairs turned on whenever you shoot anything from the sky. Then we go with the Ishak. His repair costs are only 158. Then we move to the both of the G50 series, the 7AS being on the level of 255 credits, almost twice as much, having the G50 Freccia Series 2 aircraft on the level of 432 credits. And then we get to our credit sinkers, or very expensive to run aircrafts. On the, well, third from the last place we got the Buffalo with the astonishing repair cost of 1,152 credits. Well, that's a lot. But the winners in the category of most expensive aircraft to run are the Hayabusa and Hurricane. And as you can see from the screenshot I did pull out, the Hurricane and Hayabusa have the most expensive. They are 1,368 credits to repair. They are the least profitable planes if you're having a crappy mission. So we did cover 3 categories. Fourth would be the rate of climb, and they are, well, the difference between the fastest climbing aircraft and the lowest climbing aircraft is almost twice. Well, it is over twice. We will start from the bottom. On the 7th place, the G57AS with the 10 meters per second. The G50 on the 6th place with 15 meters per second. Then we get the tie between Buffalo and the Henkel on the rate of 16 meters per second. Then we get the Hurricane with the 17 meters per second. Then we get to the Ishak on the 19 meters per second, and the Hayabusa winning the category with 22 meters per second. So that would be our 4 categories. But what about, I did mention there is the ammunition category or the ammo category, and this category needs a bit of an explanation, because as for the burst mass, the turn time, the repair cost, or the rate of climb, well, they are pretty self-explaining category. The more DPS or the burst mass you have there, better for you. The better turn time you have, it's better for you. But with ammunition, you do get different amount of machine guns. And as you can see, the Hurricane should be a winner in this category with 2800 ammunition that he can carry. Well, but also remember that he is firing from the 8 machine guns. So he only gets 350 shells per machine gun. Winner in this category is the Ishak, because he can carry 2600 shells in total, but per one machine gun he do only get 4 machine guns, so per one machine gun it is 650 ammunition per machine gun. Then on the second place we do get the Henkel with 1000 ammunition and only 2 machine guns, that being a 500 shells per machine gun. Then on the third place we do get our Hurricane with his astonishing 8 machine guns, but with only 350 ammo per one of them. Then on the fourth place the Buffalo, who get 325 for his 4 machine guns. Then we get the Hayabusa, the Japanese, with the 500 ammunition for two cannons, for 2 machine guns, which stating 250 per one. And then we finish off with the G50 series, both carrying 300 ammunition in their aircraft, and both having 2 machine guns that leave us with 150 shells per machine gun. So, what are the final scores? Who is the winner in this category? Well, let's see. The winner is I-16 Type 18 Ishak. He did placed first. If you are wondering what are those numbers are, the 30 slash 37 to the Henkel 2631. Well, the first number, I will focus on Ishak here. The first number, the 30, is just raw stats, the raw stats score combined with each other. The score of 37 comes from the Ishak being able to carry additional armaments, and for him it is actually a very good loadout, because he can carry 2 100 kilo bombs, 2 50 kilo bombs, or 6 rockets. So that gives you very good options. As for the tier 2 aircraft, you are able to destroy bombers with those rockets. You are able to destroy some ground targets with those rockets, and you do get bombs, those 100 kilo bombs, because the 50 kilo bombs, well, let's face it, those are 50 kilo bombs, and it's like dropping hand grenades onto enemy's head. You do need a very good direct hit to destroy anything. But with those 100 kilo bombs, you are able to destroy most of the ground targets present in the low tier games. I'm not saying the pillboxes or stuff like that. you do have chance to destroy the light pillbox with this setup, but this gives you options. So that's why the I-16 get 37 points in total. On the second place we do get the German Henkel 112 V5 with the total score of 26 points, or 31 if you can't count the armaments. Well, all of the aircrafts that do have only one armaments present did get 5 points bonus for having this armament. And I was wondering to put the Buffalo equally with the Henkel when it comes to the armaments, because the difference between those two, well, in just raw points, that is only 2 points in the without any armaments present, and 1 point if we consider the extra armament that the Buffalo can carry. And what the Buffalo can carry is only bombs. 2 100-pound bombs, which is roughly equivalent to the 50 kilo bombs. So that's why the Buffalo ended up on the third place in here, and I wasn't forcing it to second place, because those 2 100-pound bombs, well, they do give you options. They are very good, but they are only 100-pound bombs or 50 kilo bombs. So that's why the Buffalo placed third, with just slightly ahead of the Japanese Hayabusa, which do get 22 points in score, or 27 considering the armaments present. The fifth place goes to the Hurricane with the 19 points, or 24 points considering the armaments. Well, he only can carry his 8 machine guns. But then we move to the closing with the 6th and 7th place going to the G50 series with 15 and 13 points, or 20 or 17 points. I will stay with the 15 and 13 points. So what this can tell you, what this lineup here or the scores here can tell you, that whenever you are flying the I-16 Ishak, you can consider, you will know that you do get the aircraft that have very good turn time, that do have I would say very good on his tier rate of climb, so you can hunt those high altitude bombers. You do get the equipment to hunt those bombers. You do get the rockets, or if you do like, you can go for those ground targets. And it is a very cheap plane to repair. But also remember, very cheap plane means you will be shot down very easily by everything from the higher tiers. Basically 1 or 2 shots to you and you might end up as the ball of fire. Then the second place is the Henkel 112. Well, what can you expect from that aircraft? Well, you do get a very good turn time, the best on its tier. You do get very lacking, I would say, burst mass on the level of 0.49 kilograms per second, so very low DPS. But what this aircraft can do is get onto the enemy tail, provide consist fire, so the enemy won't be filling any breathing space, because whenever he will be going a straight line, you will be after him and you will be putting some shots into him and maybe eventually getting him down, because you do have very good, in the Henkel, you do have very good ammunition per machine gun. It's a 500. Is the second best in the all of this, all of the tier 2 aircrafts. So yeah, you are able to get onto the enemy tail, you are able to harass them, and eventually by some lucky critical damage shot you are able to kill him. But that's the good thing. On the third place we get the Buffalo. Great 1 second burst match, so the great DPS, the best, and I would say, well, he did outrank anything on his tier, just because he's using heavier machine guns. Those are 12.7 instead of 7 something machine guns that the rest of the aircrafts have, and he do get 4 of them. But what you do need to know about the Buffalo, well, don't get into the turn fights with it. Well, you can get to the turn fights because you are, well, the third aircraft as it comes for the turn time, so you can go into the turn fights, but your ammunition will run out very quickly because you only have 325 shots per your machine gun, so they will run out very quickly. So this gives you a rough idea about the boom and zoom tactics, and you do start learning it, or the boom and zoom, and you start learning it here. You go there, you do deliver this DPS where it's needed with your burst mass of 2.42 kilograms per second. You are just there, you are just killing the stuff, and then you are running away, reloading. With not that great turn time, you will expect to, if you do pick up a tail, you will have to get someone to help you. You might outrun few aircrafts out there, the Hayabusa, the G50s or the Hurricanes. You can outturn them. You will be better at it. But if you get into the Henkel, who was designed to harass, or the Ishak, you won't be able to outturn them, and you might, just might, outrun them because your top speed is a bit higher. Well, why I did not consider the maximum speed in my setup here, in my little category compare? Well, the answer is simple. On the low tier battles, it is very rare to see players going for with the maximum speed or using the tactics boom and zoom. Well, they are starting to get to it. Well, the more experienced pilots are doing it on the low tier battles, but it's not that important of the stat on this tier, because most of the fights there will be a turn fights. So, but as I did say, you are able to outturn most of the tier 2 aircrafts, with the exception of the Ishak and Henkel, which you can outrun, or you can try to outrun them. It is very hard because you don't have that good of an engine, but hell, this is always an option. Then we move to the 4th place with the Hayabusa. It is, well, again, very good aircraft. He do lack a bit of the turn time, but he is also equipped with the 12.7 millimeter machine guns, which is putting him on the 2nd place in coming out to the DPS, the raw DPS. And yeah, it is more like the Buffalo, when you boom and zoom out, reload, get your position right, pick your fight, go back in, fight again. Deliver this short time of the DPS, get out of there, because you will, well, it will be a very difficult to you to outturn anything, because The Hayabusa is in the middle of the turn time table, so it will be hard to outturn most of the aircrafts out there, and it will be easier to just uh, outspeed them. So attacking from higher altitude, going from one, two targets, one turn, one, then going away would be an exemplary tactic for this plane. When you do get into the fight, you are just DPSing the enemy fighter, then you are flying away, reloading. And you do have some options, but repair cost of this aircraft make it very hard to not to make mistake. If you do make mistake in the Hayabusa, well, the same goes to the Buffalo. They are very expensive planes to run, to operate. So I would recommend the Hayabusa for more experience. Well, the Japanese tree with the Hayabusa in it. I would recommend to more of the experienced fighters, because the Hayabusa isn't that great of an example of the dogfighter, the turn fighter. It is more towards the American boom and zoom tactic. And yeah, you do need to pick up your fights very carefully, because very easily you will find yourself bleeding money because of the high repair cost of this aircraft. Then on the 5th place we get the Hurricane, with also very good DPS, or the burst, 1 second burst mass. It is lacking in the turning. It is hell to repair this aircraft in the repair cost. One of the two most expensive aircraft, well, with the Hayabusa just next to him. I would say it is those aircraft, I would say they are for a bit more experienced pilots, because they are very hard to master, they are very hard to play. With the Hurricane you do get those 8 machine cannons, you do get a better chance of inflicting a critical damage, because just because of the 8 machine guns firing at someone, you do get the chance to inflict this critical damage. But again, very good burst mass, so very good DPS, very crappy turn time. As it goes for the ammunition per gun, it is also very good on the level of 350 shots per machine gun. That's a good thing. So, and the repair cost just killing this aircraft. Well, I won't be going with the G50 series, because they are, well, I don't like any of it. The G50 Series 2 and the Series 7AS, they are, well, again, in the right hands, in the right circumstances, or the right circumstances, they can be a very good and a very effective aircraft. But I did find them lacking in almost every category. They are great climbers, they can climb very well, but that's not all. Well, the G50 can climb well. The G50 7AS is the worst climber in there. So I don't like those aircrafts. As you can see, I didn't fly them that much. With the G50 7AS, I did fly a few more missions, just because I wanted to like this plane. I wanted to find its strength, or its weaknesses. But 300 ammunition with the, well, I would say rather cheap repair cost of those two aircrafts, well, the mediocre cost of repairing those two aircrafts, well, I don't like them. I know that there will be loads of people out there saying that they love the G50, they scoring 10 kills without losing it. I'm I'm perfectly fine with it. Go for it. If you do feel this aircraft, go for it. But remember, this is only my point of view on some things. This is only me saying, well, I don't like these aircrafts, and comparing the stats onto the different aircrafts in the game on the tier 2. Well, I did find out that they are the two worst aircrafts in the game. Comparing just the raw stats, not including the speed they can get. So well guys, that would be my little compare of the tier 2 aircrafts. There will be more to come. I am planning on doing few more of these videos, just the comparing the different tiers and saying something about them in the process, as I do have well, I do have more of the high tier aircrafts out there, and they getting more and more interesting. And not to get to bore you guys, you do get the final scores in here. You do get your rough idea about how do I feel about each aircraft on the tier 2, and you know that. And remember, that's only my point of view. I'm not saying that this is the right thing, because as I did say, there might be pilots out there flying the G50 to their maximum and they are just good at it and they're scoring 10 kills without dying, without, well, even being damaged, and that's okay. For me, no. Looking by the raw stats of the aircrafts, you do get the idea which one is the best. I did explain how I set up the categories, how I give points to it. Well, 7 aircrafts, so the top score would be 7, lowest score would be 1. Okay, that would be it for today. There will be no mission today in today's video. I am planning on to the releasing the each other day that I'm not doing the review or anything special. I will be uploading the highlight of the game or two to the YouTube. So guys, if you do like the video, like it. If you do like the idea of the channel, or you do like just pointing out the mistakes I make, feel free to subscribe so you will get notified whenever I release any video. So yeah, subscribe, thumbs up if you do like the video, like it, yeah. And that would be it for today. Thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, and I do hope to see you next time. And Iron Rifle out.